How do you make passive income with cryptocurrency? Well, let's talk about it. Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today, as mentioned in the title and in the intro, we're going to be covering how do you make passive income with cryptocurrency. Of course, you most likely heard the most talked about method right now, which are airdrops. And yes, you can make income with airdrops, but I don't call that passive. Of course, there are exceptions like Grass.io, which is an extension, you just leave it running, or other protocols that work in a similar way where you just need to log in, stay logged, and then it's gonna accumulate points, which then will convert to tokens. But that being said, we have to say that that is not as passive as we'd like it to be. There's a lot of work, there's a lot of tasks that need to be completed, and even if they are very little or just very easy to do, easy to perform, there are still tasks that need to be done regularly from when you start all the way to before the airdrop itself. So we can count that as low effort income, but not as passive income. But what if there was a very passive way which required 30 minutes of our time per week, maybe even less than that? Well, we're going to be talking about that today, and you're going to be using Bitopics for that. So go to the first link in the description, create an account with Bitopics because it's going to be options related. So for airdrops, what do? Usually look on Twitter, usually look on your Discord groups, your airdrop groups on Telegram, whatever it is, or you go on DappRadar on CoinMarketCap and you filter the possible airdrops listed there. So you do the tasks, whatever. But what about options? How do you go about making passive income with options? Well, first of all, you find an options protocol. In our case, Bitopics. Bitopics is currently offering you two very passive ways for you to use options where you don't require a lot of knowledge regarding options itself. So you don't need to know the Greeks, you don't need to know Delta, you don't need to know any of this, mainly because we have two strategies that are very user-friendly, beginner-friendly, and we're going to be showing that today to you. So the first one, when you join right here, you click on the copy trading tab, which does exactly what the name says. It allows you to copy from one of our experts, or in the future from someone who created a portfolio and is doing very good. We can list that and other people can follow, and that person gets a fee, gets a commission because everyone is copying their trades. So we have a 0 DTE, which is the one we're going to be covering today, a 0 DTE strategy that is doing amazing. It's doing fantastic. If you don't know what 0 DTE is, it means you're trading options that expire in less than 24 hours. So there are 0 days to expiration. These are very risky options, but if you know what you're doing, you get huge returns like this one, for example, which is 126%. This is per year. Of course, you can compound that and make even more. You can see that we launched this strategy a month ago, more or less, and we already have 10% ROI. I deposited a little bit. I waited a little bit to deposit with this account, but we are already 2.15% in the green. Current value is $510, and you can see I deposited 6 days ago, more or less. So far, we have 15 people because, again, this is a very new strategy. So we had to test it out internally, and now you can go and deposit and copy trade with us. So amazing strategy. Of course, this gets a little bit on the risky side. So again, this is why I just deposited $500 instead of deploying more capital, because it is 0 DTE options. So that could go against you if the market moves very fast. But again, we're choosing low delta options just to make recurring revenue with these spreads. 0 DTE options, they are very used on stock markets or stock options, to be more precise, because there's a lot of people being degens also on the traditional finance markets. So we see on, for example, Wall Street Bets, we see on r/options, which are subreddits, we see there's a lot of people trading 0 DTE options, especially throughout earnings or throughout data release or news release, especially if we're talking pharmaceuticals or we're talking huge businesses like Apple, Microsoft, Google, these sorts of things. So there's a lot of people spending a lot of money and making a lot of money with 0 DTE in the stock market, and now you're able to do that with 0 DTE with crypto options, but in a way that you don't have to worry because we have someone who is doing that for you, of course, for a small commission. So that being said, this is only one way that we offer passive income to everyone. There's another way, and it is if you go right here to the Earn tab. So what is this that you're looking at? This is just spreads. If you know options, or if you don't know options, spreads are advanced options. They use multiple legs, meaning they open multiple options at the same time to create a P&L that looks like this that you're seeing on the screen right now. If you want to learn a little bit more about spreads, you can go to the channel and search for spreads, and you're going to find all the videos that we made on vertical spreads. So here we simplified it so much for you. You can see that we have different expirations. So this is when the option expires. So we have 2 days forward, we have the 21st, we have 28th, 26th of next month, and we have September and March next year. So how do these work? Well, they are very simple. You need to look at 3 things: the target price, the maximum profit, and the risk. So for the target price, it says right here, it is as simple as that. You want it to be above, if you believe Bitcoin in this case, it will be above 66,500, then you go for this one. By anything tomorrow as the time I'm recording this, or yesterday as the time you're seeing this, if you believe Bitcoin will be above this price, you open this position and you will make 79% of what you deposit. So let's say you deposit $100 and it goes in your favor, you get that $100 back plus $79. So very, very good ROI right here. And this right here says risk medium. It means that it is on a good delta. A high risk, it is with a delta which is a little bit too high. So you need to be careful with that. How do you go about doing this? Well, for example, you look at the charts right here. You see that Bitcoin is currently at 65,791, but it is on a downtrend. If you look at the Bollinger, and is getting ready to touch the moving average, the 100-day moving average. It most likely will do so in a few days because it hasn't touched today, it hasn't touched the Bollinger yet. So what it usually does, it tends to go touch the Bollinger and then go back, as you see right here, touch the Bollinger, touched again, touched again. So it keeps on bouncing on the Bollinger Bands. Of course, this is not always the case because, for example, here it broke through, but every time it breaks through the Bollinger Bands, it tends to the next day close inside the Bollinger Band again, unless it is just a huge leg on the upwards here or on the downwards here. So you can do multiple days on the red. But the Bollinger Bands, they are a good indicator that I use, and I believe that Bitcoin will not be above 65.5. So that option doesn't look too good for me. And then we have this other one right here, which is 65,500, but now it is below. Do you think it will be below 65,500 by tomorrow at 8 a.m. UTC, which is when it expires? So do you? Well, you go back right here. Maybe you filter to, I don't know, 4 hours, and you see that 55,500 is right above here. So do you think Bitcoin will close below this right here, or is going to be above? Well, currently it is at 55,700. So I do believe that it will be below this, and this will give me a payout of 38.5%. So let's say you do believe, you do agree with me, which that by tomorrow it will be profitable. You click right here, you put the amount you want to place into the position. So let's say $500, and I would make back 193. So you go, okay, open the position, and now the position is opened. And you wait a little bit, you'll see you will be filled at the bottom. The P&L takes a little bit to show, but it is right here already. You can see it loaded up. Because of the spread, I'm already positive, but what matters is on expiration. So on expiration, if it is below 65.5, I make money. If it is above 65.5, I lose the deposit or part of the deposit, depending on how close it is to the price that I deposited here on Bitopics. The same applies to Ethereum. You look at Ethereum, it has above 3550 for tomorrow or the below 3500 for tomorrow. So you look right here, now we are at 3519, and you see the big red candle. It started to correct the past 2 days, but now we have a big red candle of 3% in a day, which is crazy. And it is back at testing the levels that I mentioned multiple times here in the channel. So it touched, it went below, but it was held by the Bollinger. Now we're back again and we're testing one more time. So for Ethereum, honestly, is a little bit harder because it kind of stays inside this range. So I don't believe it will be either below 35, but I don't believe it will be above 3550 either. So this one, I might just skip it if I don't know how to read the market. You can go to June 19th and you can see if there are better target prices here for you. If they are, you can look at the charts as we did before for Ethereum and for Bitcoin. You can see if any of these make sense for you. And you saw how simple it was. I'm recording, so it takes a little bit more time because I'm talking, but you saw how easy it was for you to look at the charts, do your due diligence, meaning that you need to understand a little bit of technical analysis. You need to have a strong belief where the market will be or won't be, which sometimes predicting where the market won't be is a little bit easier. So you do these things, you come right here to the Earn tab and you filter by the expiration and you select a vertical spread. So I'll be sharing a still image at the end of the video showing if I was was able to make money or not on this option that we just opened, which is the below 65,500. So you would see if I lost money or I made money, but you saw how easy it is for you to do these. I chose an option that expired next day for me, but you can go, for example, to June 21st, which is a few days ahead. And this one gives you a little bit more margin. You can go a month out, you can go 2 months, maybe even more out of the current day that you are trading. This way it gets even better for you because you have a lot more margin. If you choose something that has a maximum profit which is lower, so we're talking about 10%, 15% against someone that is paying 200%, you know that the lower the profit, the lower the risk as well, and vice versa. The higher the profit, the higher the risk. So you have to take in consideration that. But what you can also do, for example, you can open leaps, which are long expiration options. So for example, if you look right here, if you click on options and you can select between Bitcoin and Ethereum, if you scroll down, you can see that I have some options that expire all the way in December. So we have a December 27 for Ethereum and one for Bitcoin right here. Of course, right now they are both in the red because I opened that at the top. So when Bitcoin was around 70 and when Ethereum was almost at 4K. So I opened these, they are a little bit in the red with the P&L, but what matters is by December. What do you think the price will be for Bitcoin and Ethereum by December? Will it be above 4K for Ethereum? I believe so. Will it be above 65,000 for Bitcoin? I think so. So both of these options, they may be in the red right now, but what matters is when I close these positions. So I'm going to hold them as close as I can to December 27. And whenever I'm in a profit, of course, if Bitcoin goes to 100K, this right here, which has a strike of 65,000, will be very profitable for me. So the 2K that I put for the Bitcoin option will be 10K, 15K, who knows? The $635 that I put for Ethereum could be 3K, 4K, who knows? It depends on the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum the closer it gets to expiration. So I personally am bullish on both of them by the end of the year, because in a little bit we're gonna have the ETF for Ethereum. Then let's say Donald Trump wins. He's trying to be the crypto president or whatever. So not taking sides here, but whatever happens in the US economy, it affects crypto as a whole. With the SEC, with the central bank, with everything that happens in the stock market, it does affect, or in the US economy in general, it does affect cryptocurrency. And I do believe that everything we have, with all the information that we have from the halving, from everything, that both Ethereum and Bitcoin are going to be way higher than the current price by December or by 1 year from now. So if you want to open leaps, what you can do, same thing, you choose between calls or puts if you're bullish or bearish, and you select right here. We even have 28th of March 2025, so we have almost 1 year out for you to open options with, and you can do that for Bitcoin and Ethereum. You select the strike, of course. If you're gonna go with leaps, I recommend you going in the money or at the money. Don't go out of the money with leaps, because you're trying to keep the intrinsic value throughout the months. So I'll say don't go with out of the money options. Then you enter the amount and you pay and you open the position. So it does sound a little bit complicated, but options are way easier and also way more profitable than just trading. So if you're tired of losing money with trading, if you're tired of losing money scalping, doing whatever stupid strategy with trading, you can do even better with options. So if you want to learn more, we have a lot of videos here talking about options, talking about spreads, strategies, advanced strategies. Make sure you subscribe to Bitopics and you watch all of our videos. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.